Imagine every young person detached from that expectation
Yes.
or how somebody ought to be, and they say, just let them. Imagine what a young mind, how they would benefit from that, and the peace that that would bring them as they grow into adulthood and beyond.
As mothers, we want to protect our children. We want to kind of guide that journey. And I realize that this is her life to live, and I've got to let her go and explore. But the one thing I do want to impart is empower her to disconnect from judgment, disconnect from controlling or being impacted by opinions, and to really live in her true authenticity and just live for her and her vision and her life and not waste those moments. When I reflect back, I look at the time missed that had very little impact. And now I'm determined to create that for myself and lead by example for her, but I want her to feel that same level of freedom and empowerment.
Well, she's definitely going to feel that because she has someone like you in her life. I feel like a dynamic and a relationship like that between a parent and a child, it's not as common to come by now, especially in acknowledging this is her life and I want her to be authentic, and you want to support her along the way and guiding her to be her true self. So many people project their fears onto other people, and then they call it advice, or they use their own lens to project their opinions of how they see the world onto other people and how they ought to live their life. Do you have any advice on how to find more of those aligned, fulfilling, meaningful relationships that are in alignment with your own growth and purpose and are not driven by that projection of fear?
I find we don't listen enough, and people want to be seen. It's giving people a space where they can share, where they feel safe enough to be vulnerable with you. That's where connection forms. It's also challenging yourself to share your own stories and your own challenges. We often show up on social and in these spaces curated, and it's this perfect image, but it's sharing the truth behind the optics that creates connection.